this right here, you bunch of prima donna ballerina mother.
Welcome everyone, I'm Jordan Sharp. We are only a few weeks away from the start of the NFL training camp, and one of the larger questions among some of the teams that are projected by some to make a big rise are the Washington Redskins and whether or not Robert Griffin III is truly healthy and ready to go for the 2014 season. Now, there have been reports all throughout the offseason that RG3 is healthy, looking better than ever and whatnot, and there's even been some recently, within the last week, video of him running, making a really good throw on the run, as well as squatting several hundred pounds 6 straight times. So don't fear, I think, that Robert Griffin III is not going to be healthy. Rusty, yes. Could be a little bit rusty. Could it take a little bit of time to get him down with the new offense with Jay Gruden? Probably. However, I think his health and the health of the knee is not really a question until he takes that first big hit yet. Everything that we've seen so far over the last 3 months indicates that he's probably healthy and ready to go for this season, but obviously we won't know until he, as long as it's not a dirty hit, takes that first big lick in an actual game. Now, the Redskins Super Bowl odds are pretty undervalued from Bovada Sportsbooks, I think, this offseason at plus 5,000, 50 to 1 to win the Super Bowl. And even though I don't think anyone's going to wager on them to win the Super Bowl, it might be an indication as to how they are going to value the Redskins' ATS this season once the regular season gets going. They're slightly undervalued. We already saw last season that an NFC East team with a new head coach won the division. This division's still very, very weak, and we'll get into that a little bit more later. But at plus 5,000, the Redskins not only have a chance to double their win total from last season, I think they could very easily triple it if Jay Gruden's offense takes flight in Washington, as well as Robert Griffin III and that defense staying healthy. So at plus 5,000, they're probably a little bit undervalued. Don't wager on them, but it could be an indication as to what's to come this season. The NFC, a little bit of a similar story at plus 2,800. They're behind several teams that I would not have placed them behind here in the preseason NFL odds, and I think that they show something here this preseason, in fact, that they look a little bit better and a little healthier than they were last year. I think they could rise in the future odds, but I think the sportsbooks are kind of putting the Redskins in wait-and-see mode right now. But at 28 to 1, to win the NFC, still a little bit far-fetched considering they do play in a conference that has 3 of the best 4 teams in football, in my opinion. But in either way, it still, I think, is a little bit of an indicator that they might be undervalued come the in-season odds. Now, the NFC East price for the Washington Redskins at Bovada comes in at plus 400, and I think that is a very good bet to wager on this offseason, as the NFC East, I think, is wide open from Bovada. The Cowboys and Giants are plus 350 and plus 300, respectively. While the Eagles, I think, are the favorite to win this division, obviously, right now. They're at plus 130 at Bovada. I think they're a little bit overvalued from our friends at Bodog over there. And at plus 130, there's absolutely no way. I don't think anyone could bet on the Philadelphia Eagles to win the NFC East this season. I think this is going to come down to the very, very end, and 9 wins could very well win this division. And I think the Washington Redskins, much like they were in 2012 when they were big underdogs to win the division to the Philadelphia Eagles, I think we could see a repeat in history from 2 years ago in 2012, where the Eagles finished a lot worse than what people projected, and the Redskins finished a lot better than what most projected. So at plus 400, they're not a bad wager. Might be able to add that to your NFL picks this offseason. Best of luck to you on that one if you do, and make sure you check out all my other offseason NFL updates. But until then, I'm Jordan Sharp, and this has been another edition of the Sharp Pick.